Yo, what's up YouTube? So today I want to be talking about the end of WCCF and how we're no longer going to be having WCCF Footista cards starting the end of spring next year, and how it will have an effect on the sports card market. Now, from a video game player, I'm very saddened by the news of this. As a kid growing up in Japan, this was a very good spot for us to hang out at and skip school, and so I do think this is not only the end of WCCF but game centers in general. And the reason why that WCCF is one of the first games to close within the Sega market is not because of coronavirus like they say, but it's because of the overall incompetence by the leadership within Sega. This game was an extremely expensive game to play, and so a lot of young kids, they weren't getting into this game because it cost 200 yen, which is about $2, and if you're making like $10 per week for your allowance as a kid, you're not going to go to the game center and play 5 games and be like, oh, that was a great way to spend my allowance. And not only that, but kids older than you, like teenagers or adults that are playing this game, they're just going to kick your ass in this game because they have better cards than you. So as a kid, why would you end up playing this game and using your hard-earned allowance on this? And so, of course, the end of this game is easily, by far, attached to the leadership of Sega and their failure. And so I'm very saddened by this news, and I do think that we're going to not only see the end of WCCF but the end of game centers in general. The reason why is because in Japan, game centers weren't so much for locals anymore. It was becoming more of a foreign attraction where a lot of gaijin would come to Japan, and a lot of people are into video games, and so of course they would want to go to these game centers like in Ikebukuro and try out the latest and newest games at these game centers. However, because of coronavirus, even Sega wasn't able to earn revenue from that, so of course that's another reason why that they're ending this game. But overall, I blame Sega and their incompetence. Now, when it comes to soccer card collecting, I'm actually extremely bullish, and this is actually probably really good news as a soccer card collector. And let me explain to you the reason why. In Japan, we don't have much of a sports card collecting culture. Back in the day, even when you collected cards, you were kind of a weirdo, but you were even more of a weirdo than the people that were collecting TCG. In Japan, TCG is much bigger and still is much bigger than sports cards. Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon. And so what I hear from YouTubers in the United States is they started collecting sports cards because of their grandpa, their dad, their friends, other YouTubers. However, in Japan, a lot of us, including myself, we started collecting sports cards because of WCCF. And a lot of collectors that might be collecting baseball, basketball, they even say, a lot of them, that they started collecting because of WCCF. And so I think that in the future, when this game is no longer around, I think that a lot of collectors will still have a strong sense of loyalty, nostalgia towards this game. So I do think in the future, the Japanese market will have an increased demand for second year Ronaldo, second year Messi's, rookie year Phil Foden's, rookie year Jadon Sancho, key cards, rookie year Benzema, key cards that are within this set. And I think that in the future, a lot of us that were taking WCCF for granted, oh, it's the Japanese Match Attax, will understand the importance of WCCF and how important it was to the Japanese market and the Japanese sports card market. So I'm actually extremely bullish about this news as a sports card collector. However, extremely saddened by the news when it comes to WCCF as a video game collector. But that's my perspective, guys. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting.